What? Not me eating chicken that I found that's been sitting out since last night while looking up vegan recipes. You guys, I never thought I'd live to see the day. I'm trying to get some vegan recipes going. Maybe I'll make one tonight. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I need to process what's happening. Alex just texted me. He's at a doctor's appointment, hence the veganness. So that's exciting. Also, the Amazon guy was just here. Let me show you the embarrassing amount of packages that's on my front stoop. Dun, 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 dun. And actually, there should be another package that I'm needing because I need to do something with it today. So now it won't be here probably till like 10 p.m. I don't even know. And I am like, oh, second guessing my entire existence of living. I should have made him look for it harder. He was actually, his truck was full. He said, I'm his first stop. He was pumped. He got out of the van. I was outside with Wolfgang because that's life. He's napping now. Hallelujah. But he said, you have one more package, but I can't find it. Obviously, it was like probably under his pile of packages. But it's the one package that I need. I'm gonna put together a planter today. You'll see. And if you can see, I still have my safety first box that's been sitting on my front stoop for way too long. An embarrassingly long amount of time because I have this, oh, it's locked. This really sweet stroller from Safety First. And by the way, this video is sponsored by Safety First. Woo! Pretty exciting, I know. I also have another package. I need to put some locks under the cabinet because Wolfgang's new thing is like opening the under the sink cabinet, and that's where all the cleaning supplies are, and I need to put an end to that. So Safety First comes in clutch with all the baby proofing essentials. You might be familiar with Safety First products. They sell a range of things from that classic baby on board sign to car seats, strollers, baby proofing items, wellness items, first aid stuff. They've got bouncers, baby monitors, high chairs, and so much more. I love Safety First items because they are reliable, they're easy to use, and they're designed to be used for a really long time. Speaking of a long time, Safety First is celebrating 40 years of expertise in the baby industry, and they're doing that with a rebranding and repackaging, and that's pretty exciting stuff. Life with kids is full of first. Their first bath, their first car ride home, their first steps, first words. I'm kind of choking up just thinking about it. And Safety First products will be there through it all. The products they sell prepare babies and parents for each new skill and adventure. And I love this. Safety First helps parents create secure, welcoming environments by turning no zones into go zones. And when using Safety First products, I can allow my kids to roam freely so they can explore, play, learn, and grow, which in turn allows me to have a little bit more peace of mind. So the last time we went to Busch Gardens, I noticed my stroller had seen its day, and this one is just so dang cool. It's a wagon stroller, and it is amazing. It's so convenient. First of all, it was so simple to put together. My kids have been loving it. We've been going on walks. It turns on a dime. It has extra storage up here and in the back. I just clipped this bad boy on, and it is so spacious. Not only for all of the extra doodads, but also for the kids sitting on the inside. They have really been loving it. It has a telescopic handle. Check that out. So you can push it or pull it easily. It also comes with a car seat adapter. The bottom of it comes out for easy cleaning, and it folds up so easily and super compact. So if you're in the market for a stroller or any baby proofing products, car seats, or anything like that, I'll leave the Safety First website in the description box below. Man, this thing is so sweet. I can't wait to go on our daily walk today. I am pumped. I've been wanting to make these, and you don't even know what. I feel like I haven't really explained anything to you. By the way, hi. And also, I'm so overwhelmed at the current moment in time. So many things are happening. Pretty sure one of my children has pink eye because it's going around their classroom, and I'm like, ooh, okay, well, gotta make an appointment for them. It's always something, I tell you. And Alex came home from his doctor appointment this morning, and his doctor actually told him he needs more magnesium in his diet. Well, wouldn't you know? His wife hasn't been pushing Element on him for months now. I'm like, you should probably use this. Sometimes he gets headaches and I'm like, drink some Element. Anyway, if you don't, I'm about to make some gummies, but not just any gummies, okay? By the way, these are really cool. I know I can't finish a thought without including 5 thoughts in between, but check out these really cool silicone gummy worms molds, which makes me think of our chickens because worms. And there was an incident with the chickens. I won't get into it right now, maybe in the next Homestead Happenings, but right now, I'm making, what are they called? I just opened Instagram and all the tunes. This ain't Texas. All right, I don't even know what that reel is about, but okay. Okay, here we go. Homemade electrolyte gummy worms. So if you're looking to add some electrolytes, my TV just turned on. I didn't summon you. If you need some electrolytes and magnesium in your life, what else does this have? Potassium too. So many great things happening here. So good for your body. I drink it. I do dilute it, okay? I was talking to someone who got me hooked on this, my future sister-in-law, and she, by the way, this is my favorite flavor. I stinking love watermelon salt. I do buy it with my own money because I do love them. But what was I gonna say? My future sister-in-law, she dilutes it in 40 ounces. I do 23 on the dot, seems good. Alex had some just now and he put like 8 ounces. I was like, you're gonna need more water than that. Otherwise, it's gonna be really salty. But it's 0 sugar hydration, and I thought a fun way for my kids to enjoy it would be to put it in some gummies. Super simple recipe, if you will. All I need is some gelatin, and she uses something special, something crunchy, something else. 4 tablespoons of grass-fed gelatin. Well, my friends, I wonder if I can use collagen. Would that have the same effect? I don't know. I just bought 2 boxes of this. I'm hoping to get 2 tablespoons. So the gelatin, some juice. I just found this. We don't drink a lot of juice. This is strawberry lemonade. I thought that would go well with the flavor because I use watermelon salt. That's my favorite. Raspberry is also good. The grapefruit is actually really good too. Oh, I opened all of them. Okay, well, whatever. First things first. 1½ cups juice, 4 tablespoons grass-fed gelatin. 4 tablespoons? Oh, I don't know if I have 4 tablespoons. 4 tablespoons. Shoot! I need a saucepan. So, to a saucepan. Ooh. Ugh. Gotta do a little taste test. I'm not a juice gal. Are we gonna dilute this with water or something? No. Okay. It's gonna be great. 1½ cups of le juice. Okay, any kind of juice that you want. Whatever you like. If you have homemade apple juice on hand, you go ahead and use that. 1 packet of Le Element and 4 tablespoons of gelatin. Preferably grass-fed and all that good stuff. So let's do 2, is that 2? Let's call that 3. Man, I was a little shy. Is 1 packet 1 tablespoon? Huh, that seems a little suspicious. I used 5 envelopes of that, unless you have like a large container of it. And then just mix this, bring it to a boil. Oh, I smell the element. It smells amazing. Okay, apparently you're just supposed to mix it until it's dissolved. I can't see anything, there's too many bubbles, so I'm going to assume. I'm gonna lay out the molds. I don't know how many molds this is going to fill. I did wash these, by the by. And it comes with these cute little droppers. Obviously, you can double the recipe and get more. Her worms were all kinds of different colors, so that would be fun to play around with, whether you use food dye or, I don't know, different juices. Okay, really cool and interesting. Just another reason to love Element/magnesium. So this is part of the reason why I oftentimes pick up Element over Liquid IV these days. I still love Liquid IV. The white peach, sugar-free is amazing, but Element has magnesium in it. And I was reading, I tried to Google like benefits of magnesium. And this one says, there's a study and half of all Americans are magnesium deficient. Okay, and let me tell you some of the benefits of taking magnesium. There are so many. It's good for bone health, blood pressure, depression, anxiety, muscle function.
migraines, cardiovascular diseases. It improves your sleep. It's good for muscle cramps, nausea and vomiting. I swear, I wish I had this back when I was pregnant. Like, I feel like it would have helped so much. It's also, magnesium is also beneficial for diabetes, premenstrual syndrome, so PMS, heart arrhythmias, insomnia, seizure, like the benefits, what it will help almost everybody. So I just thought I'd share that with you. Thought it was interesting.
All right, I'm gonna put these in the fridge. I just put them on a tray like this so they were easy to transport. And honestly, while I'm thinking about it, I could eat this entire serving. It's like a low sugar, like nutritious way to eat gummy worms. So I'm pretty excited about this. Like, I can devour all of these and not feel guilty. Oh, what? I already spilled some. I'm gonna let these cool in my fridge for 30 minutes. I think the most challenging part is just finding space in my fridge where they're not going to tip over. I think, oh, they may have just got destroyed, but that's fine. Speaking of recipes that I saw on Instagram that I want to try, I saw some sourdough crepes. Lisa shared them and I was like, yes, and I should have fed my starter. Wow, that's gross. When I saw it, because I knew I wanted to make them. My sourdough starter smells, I don't know, kind of gross. I'm gonna feed it, and then maybe later today, like this evening, I'll be able to throw some crepes together. Maybe tomorrow morning for breakfast. It uses up 8 eggs. Speaking of chickens, I don't know if I have enough flour to feed my starter, but I'm gonna do it. I actually this morning added a ton of sourdough content to my Instagram. I have a highlight on Instagram of sourdough stuff. I haven't added everything, but I added everything I added today, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, well, that's fine. I'm trying to figure out how much starter is in here so I could, you know, people always use wooden stuff for sourdough. Is there a reason for that? Or are they just all so aesthetic? I think there's like a cup in there. I'm gonna do a cup. You're supposed to feed it equal parts sourdough starter, flour, and water. It's really easy. Listen, if I can do it, you could do it. Got my starter in there, just straight from the fridge, unless you're gonna feed it every day. You can leave it in the fridge. I've left mine for an embarrassingly long amount of time. So equal parts, meaning in grams. So normally, like 1 cup of flour is half a cup of water, just to make myself clear. And the starter should be more dry than wet. Have you started your sourdough yet? Are you interested in doing one? Are you putting it off? Are you like, wow, I don't want another thing to take care of? Because honestly, same. But I will say the things that I made sourdough pretzel bites the other day, and what the heck, it was awesome. I think the satisfaction of just making something from scratch, it just itches a certain scratch, if you will. It feeds my homemaking soul. So I'm going to cover this loosely so the air can get to it and let the sourdough become alive again. It is so dark outside, it's about to storm. I wanted to put together those planters. So maybe with the power of editing, I will do that for you. Hey, it's been raining the past couple of days, so I'm happy to actually get this project done. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. So initially, I got this planter off of Amazon. I actually have 2, there's one right here. And while these are fine and dandy, the project needs kind of 2, like 1 smaller one to nestle in. So I was trying to find a matching one, I couldn't. So I just found these white ones at, I think, Home Depot, Lowe's, when I was there, one of the 100 trips I took this past couple weeks trying to get Wolfgang's bedroom ready. And not only is that not cute, also doesn't match, it doesn't fit. It's not the right size I'm going for. So then I found this one on Amazon and I was like, wow, that looks way nicer. Doesn't that look way nicer? Like this compared to this. Also, it's like 5 times heavier, which I feel like means it's better quality and it'll last a little longer. I don't know, but the kicker to that is there was a little one that matched perfectly and it nestles inside and it's a good size. I say that with a question mark. I think it's gonna work out perfectly. I'm gonna need a lot of soil, a lot of like branches to fill this thing up with. I gotta flex my botany muscles over here. I'm gonna make it work. I saw this on Instagram, hold up, where you can get these solar water spouts, also on Amazon, of course. And these 3 things together is gonna make a really magical planter. So this is solar powered. So I think I should like maybe set this out in the sun, which is kind of playing peekaboo with this right now. So, okay, I'll figure that out. Also, here is my garden center. Out here, these are the ones that I picked up. They've been rained on, like dumped on for the past 2 days straight. So I'm actually surprised that the flowers are still intact somewhat. So I don't know about these. I don't know what these are called. I just know that they were a decent price. Petunia, the bee's knees. And then these are just lilies I'm gonna put by the front door. But the main attraction are these, and they do attract bees, ironically enough. I don't even know what these are called. Begonias, maybe? Why is everything so heavy? This is a geranium. And the reason I got these is because when we lived in Italy for a few years, we had these outside of our windowsills. I did nothing to them. I never watered them because have we met? And they bloomed several times a year. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I loved the color of them. They have a red one too, is what we had when we lived in Italy. But anyway, I liked the pink. So hopefully this all works out. Let's cross our fingers, okay? I'm not sure if I told you the full story. I was filming and then I realized I didn't actually press record. So sometimes I forget like what I say. Even though I just edited it, but really I edited it like 2 hours ago and, you know, life with kids. So I digress. I saw this on Instagram. A really big creator shared something similar to this. And then in the comments was like, oh, I saw so-and-so share this a week ago or so, you know? So I'm going to link who I'd like to say the originator of this, because she had planters similar to this. And I'll actually link both of them because they're both great influencers to follow. I hesitate saying influencer, but they're great creators to follow. How about that? They share a lot of great ideas, so I think you might be interested in both of them. I was just so thrilled at how beautiful this came out. The planters were a pretty penny, but even though they were more expensive than the other ones, like I said, I feel like they have longevity in them. They're really heavy. I feel like they're more quality. And compared to in-store prices, I feel like I got a screaming deal. Okay, it wasn't a deal. It was a steal. I had this bag. I realized, well, I didn't buy soil for this project yet, but I really wanted to get it done. And I had a bag of soil in our backyard, literally probably since we moved in, 2 years, and it was growing roots. I don't know what was in the bag growing roots. I don't even know, but it was. And so I had to like rip it out of the ground. Fun times, and drag it around half of my house. Anyway, doesn't that look so good? Oh my gosh, isn't that cute? So I would even try doing this. I had a hard time finding planters that match, like a small one and a big one. And then the small one had to not have a hole at the bottom. Luckily, this one, because it's bougie, it came with a little plug stopper. So I could just put water in the top one because that's all you put in the top one. But even if you don't put water in there, because I realized the solar powered like water spritzer was needing full sun all of the time. Obviously it's solar powered, but I thought, oh, I could just put it in the sun and it would work. No, it like needs sun to go, as it's going. So I don't know, that was a little disappointing. So I might add some floral or some kind of plant to the top. I haven't decided yet. I have to find a nice place to put these, but I was hoping that they would flank my front door. You can see all the chaos that I made behind me, but it's fine. Let's focus on the planter because isn't she so adorable? This looks elevated. It's giving sophisticated lady. It's giving, wow, look at that. I'm so impressed with this. I love it. 100 out of 10. I couldn't love this anymore other than if the spritz was battery powered, but I understand why it's not. Also, don't let the internet fool you about watching 1 minute reels and you're thinking, oh, that looks so easy to put together. This took me hours from shopping for this stuff to putting it together. Otherwise, right now, I'm going to try to look up, a recipe for dinner. I don't know what the heck is for dinner. I haven't meal planned in I don't know how long. And honestly, I don't want to be dramatic, but my life is falling apart. I'm just having a lot of mama malfunctions. And also, how is there not a vaccine for pollen yet? Like, can we get that started? Because it's affecting me more than I'd like to admit. I'm looking up vegan recipes, and I gotta tell you right now, nothing to write home about. So if you have some vegan, vegetarian recipes, I'm interested. Share them. Also, I think like pescatarian, I think fish would be good. Maybe I'll just make salmon tonight. That's high in omega-3s. It's a healthy fat. Depends on how I prepare it. Oh, I actually, hold the heck on. I think on Macro Friendly Foods, she had salmon bites like in the air fryer. Okay, I'm gonna look for that and then I'll figure it out from there. I recently got an entire bag, this big, of poblano peppers from Costco. So I also kind of feel like I should be making stuffed poblano peppers, but they're kind of spicy. I need to make a meal plan. I don't want to. I just want someone else to do that for me. Okay. English language is so bizarre. Salmon, it's not here. Where did I see salmon bites? You know what? I think it's on the April meal plan. I think I saw a sneak peek is what happened. I can't be certain, but there are 3 good looking salmon recipes. I think I'm going to narrow in on this one, the teriyaki glazed salmon. I'm gonna take some out of the freezer right now, some salmon. I just always like to keep it in there. My house is so dark when I have no sunlight. Okay, oh, here it is. Where did I put it, you know? Oh, I feel like I have a good salmon recipe. It's been a while since I made it. I don't know if I'll remember it. Oh, it's pouring rain. I bought a bunch of plants from Lowe's yesterday to put this planter together. At least they're getting watered. Well, what else do you do on a rainy day other than restock? Alex likes the citrus flavor. By the way, this hydration station is like, I don't know, top 10 favorite things in my life.
I had no idea how much joy this drawer would bring me, but it brings me so much joy. And when the kids have friends over, you know, it gives them a little something interesting if they want to add something to their water. Because realistically, we don't really have a lot of other drinks to offer. You know, like sometimes we have seltzers in the outside fridge, but it's not all the time. Like we don't have juice and we don't have, you know, sodas and stuff like that. So, you know, when people are like, oh, what would you like to drink? I'm just like, we have water. Like, it's not really an option because you don't have any options. It's like water or water, you know. Do you want ice or no ice is the option. So this drawer has really created a nice little spot for them to give their water a little interest. And I like it. I understand why people love their like teas and coffees. I've really been loving it. So I don't know. I would encourage you to find a little spot if you have one. I understand my kitchen has so many drawers. Listen, I've been there. I've had a kitchen with literally 1 drawer before. 1 drawer. And Alex still asked, where are the spoons? I'm like, seriously, dude? We have 1 drawer in our kitchen. It's a fun story. So anyway, I'm getting at, I understand it's easy to organize when you have ample space to be able to organize all of the things. Speaking of ample space, I have this drawer. And one time I went to my brother's house and my sister-in-law had this drawer set up with all of her things, just like this one has it. It has, you know, her plastic wrap, her aluminum foil, her Ziploc bags. And I opened it and I said, oh my gosh, is this what dreams are made out of? Lizzie McGuire style. I couldn't believe myself. And it was at that very moment where I decided, yep, I need one of these in my house. And lo and behold, look at me now. Okay. A drawer full of plastic, if you will. I understand. I try not to go through a ton of like these Ziploc bags, but sometimes it happens. Sometimes people come over and they need a Ziploc bag for a multitude of reasons. And I just love having this drawer to be like, oh, you need a bag? Oh, it's in that drawer over there, rather than being like, I'll get one for you. Because my stuff is a mess and I want to hide it all. But isn't that amazing? Lovely and amazing.
This is actually something I have been meaning to do, but I've been putting off. So I got these Safety First adhesive locks. They're 2 times stronger for twice the peace of mind. So Wolfgang's new favorite game is to open these cabinets. Like I'll be standing here doing dishes. So obviously he like always wants to linger around and he'll come in here and just grab the cleaning supply. So I have to always make sure that they're locked. But now he's learned how to like unscrew the lid and dump it. So that's been really fun. I'm trying to avoid that. Ergo, Safety First locks. And I love that they're adhesive. I don't have to drill into my cabinets. So I'm gonna take some time to put these on.
I'm pumped that I did this. So I was reading the instructions and then I said, Alex, can you I don't really know. Mostly because I didn't focus on the instructions long enough. I thought, Well, the real problem was I didn't read them all the way through, because at the very end you have to twist the spot, the little knob. And I thought, this doesn't make sense. It's upside down, but it's not upside down. Anyway, so he, in his infinite wisdom, pulled up a YouTube video and Safety First had the YouTube video of like how to do it. And it was like a minute-long video and it was absolute perfection. I was so glad that they offered that. It was very simple to install. So far, so good, because Wolfgang has been rattling these to try to get them open. And it's actually kind of funny because he can't get them open so far. So it's great. I have not had to screw them in. So that's really great. And the stickiness is really holding up. All you do is like you hold the stickiness for 30 seconds to get a good grip on it. And then you like pull them apart and then you twist that little hook. And then that's it. And then to open it, you just, open the cabinet as much as it will open till you see the green dot, and then you press it down and it opens all the way. It's fantastic. I at first thought, oh, I want the magnetic ones, but then you have to chase around and try to find that magnetic piece, and then what if it gets lost and all that stuff. So that's what happened upstairs when we had those. So I enjoy the little hooks a lot better because it's like just quick, easy to go. And this is the hook that I'm talking about that you have to kind of rotate. So quick and easy to install. Couldn't love it anymore. And I'm glad, and it makes me feel a lot safer that he can't just have easy access to the cleaners under here. Even though they're natural cleaners, it's still like, I don't need him having access to it. My cabinets, I don't want to talk about it. They need a little refresh. Oh my word, just so you know, they do offer screws, so there is an option to screw it in. But man, that was so cool. It was so easy. And they even have a video on how to install them in case you are instruction challenged. They seem really strong, so I know Wolfgang is gonna be upset when he won't be able to open these. Awesome sugar on the honey too. You ever get a song stuck in your head and you're like, please no? How I feel right now. Okay, I think these have been chilling for long enough. No! Did you see that? Do you need a close-up? Mr. DeVoe. Hey, Eleanor, try this before you leave. Oh my gosh, is this the coolest? Oh, what? Here you go.
You made that?
Yeah. Ooh, look at that worm.
Oh my gosh.
Element. It's healthy. It's a healthy gummy worm.
Yes, ma'am.
You should definitely make that a mango. This is so good. Can I take one? Alright.
Oh, another. That is the biggest compliment. The kids loved these. Not only did they love them, Eleanor and Alex, I offered them to the other kids when they got home, and they enjoyed them too. So all around snaps, and it'll be fun to experiment with different juices. I'm not sure the strawberry lemonade was my favorite. I just don't think I like juice. I do like the Element. I wonder how it would taste with just water and the Element, because I do love the flavor of the Element. I'm just saying, because they have really great flavors. So, yeah, they came out, and then the kids were using the molds for other things you'll see later in the video. But the worms were fantastic. Everything.
We are about to have a lot of people at our house, and so I'm needing to tidy up this area. I was really hoping that IKEA would have their cabinets back in stock by now so that we could have our game closet. So I guess I could put all these games in the closet that's downstairs. That's an option. Even with that option, I'm needing to tidy up this space, and I'm gonna put the locks, the Safety First locks, on these cabinets too. Remember when I put some locks on here? The magnetic ones? Guess how long they lasted? Not long enough. Really, they lasted until a cousin came over who just like didn't give a hoot or a holler, and even though it prevented her, she just ripped it right off. These definitely feel a lot stronger, so they will be put to the test when we get a bunch of new kids up here this weekend. So I think, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna tidy under here. We keep mostly board games, and what kids do with board games, I have found, is that they shuffle through them, and then they like open them, dump out the game, and realize, oh, don't know how to play this one, and then move on. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess it kind of does when you're a kid trying to look for something fun. All right, Rummy Cube, one of my faves. Alex got these at the thrift store. So kudos for him. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all, oh, okay, I need to put this stuff away. I just need to deal with this. These need to be filled, but that's a project for another day.
By the way, is it raining where you're at? How's the weather by you? By the way, this is your Grandma Kim, Gammy Kim, Gam Gam, Meemaw. I don't know what I'm gonna go by. Grandmother, Granny, Granny fan. If you're a grandmother, what do you go by? Anyway, I feel like this is a rainy day. Like this is a chill, like this weather makes me not wanna do anything, you know? I just wanna sit out on the porch. Do you hear that? I just want to like lounge out here, do nothing. It's very seldom that I do that. All right, well, time's up. There will be a season of my life that is quieter and calmer, but it is not the season that I'm currently in, and that's okay. So I'm just gonna organize this, not necessarily organize, but just kind of put everything, just hide it all, okay? And I'm damned if I do slow dance with you. A real slow dance, and then a real slow dance, and it always morphs into that. It's like that Michael Jackson song, I'm a C, I'm a sa, I'm a mapusa. Like no one knows the words. Do you know what the actual words are? Because I just found them out this morning. He says, I'm gonna say it one more time, I'm not gonna stop. Could you even understand me? Michael Jackson. I actually learned that from Preacher Lawson. Do you know who Preacher Lawson is? He's a comedian, and he is hilarious. I'm gonna say it one more time, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna say it one more time, I'm not gonna stop. All right, got to be starting something. You know what? The, what's that one song that I was just singing? This ain't Texas. That always morphs into the Grease song. And it's a really inappropriate song. I don't know how I was allowed to watch that movie growing up, okay? It's like Grease Lightning. If you read the lyrics to Grease Lightning, and I don't know how Beyonce Texas Hold'em morphs into Grease Lightning, but it always does for me. There's a transformation with a couple songs in between, but I always land on Grease Lightning. And yeah, the chicks will scream. Is it scream or ice cream? Listen, for Grease Lightning, I don't know how that passed. Maybe I'm singing it wrong. I don't understand. But that movie, man, it's so classic. It's so great. And then, I don't even want to talk about it. The actors are like 40 years old and they're trying to pass for 18-year-olds. Like, how did we ever, you know? But back then we just did really, oh, that's what a high schooler looks like. I can't wait till I'm in high school. And then here I am in high school, like, look, 5 pounds. And I'm like, I don't look anything like these people. The good old days, you know? Okay, so I'm not even organizing up here. I'm just putting stuff away. And I got this little kit for them, the veterinarian kit. They love it. They've been playing with it so much. They bring it upstairs, downstairs. The key is really what I was missing. So I kept the old one. It's still up here. I have to see if the keys fit in there. And then I found this empty. I don't know what happened here. The kids come up here and I think they were painting. I don't know how it ended up getting wet in there. Just sometimes I don't ask questions. When they're playing nice and they're being kind to each other and they're getting along, it's like, okay, yes, you may. So I cleaned that bucket out so I could put the rest of the toys in here that were just, cluttering up the other drawers that I needed to put the paint supplies in and so on and so forth. So just a little tidying up. The kids are pretty good about cleaning up. I say that with a grain of salt. Sometimes they do it. Sometimes they need my help, and that's okay. And especially with the paint, they are loving the little paint station, the art supply station that I put up here. And I'm loving it too. It just boosts their creativity, and I've just really been enjoying it. The popcorn station, all the popcorn stuff is in this cabinet too. So I'm so thankful to have some hooks up here, some safety locks up here that will actually work, because sometimes they'll open it and then, they'll get the popcorn kernels. Oh, and it's a nightmare. And so I'm happy to have that essentially behind a locked door. Like, I guess I could have put them up higher, out of sight, whatever, but there isn't any other storage up here. So we work with what we have. We're doing the best we can. Eventually, maybe this will be the next. I'm going to start on the salmon. I wasn't expecting to make this recipe, so I am missing a couple of ingredients, but I always do what I can and I work with what I have. That's the best thing to do when you're cooking in the kitchen, right? So this is for the sauce. It's really simple ingredients. Obviously, I had all of them on hand. Brown sugar, apple cider vinegar, soy sauce. I always do cocoa aminos. I'm gonna add in some ginger paste, garlic, cornstarch, and water to thicken it up. Ooh, it's thundering. And then I also have some salmon thawing away. Do a saucepan. I'm going to add equal parts soy sauce or cocoa aminos, if that's your thing, and brown sugar. I just like to throw in a handful. A little bit of apple cider vinegar, let's call it a quarter cup. A little bit of oil, ginger paste for good flavor. And then I'm going to dice up this garlic. It looks kind of old. I went in my cupboard to grab this. Check out my sourdough. It's already growing. It hasn't even been that long, so I'm pumped about this. Crepes are for dessert, I suppose. I love this doohickey too. I see them all the time at TJ Maxx. They are on Amazon, but it's always like, you know, one left in stock, so if you've been looking for one. This garlic is also really questionable, but I'm gonna use it. Still smells great. Ooh, 3 cloves in one. So for this thing, you just throw the garlic in here. In my opinion, I don't know, I just like it better than a garlic press. It's like one of those dicers that people use for every other veggie, but it's like a miniature one just for garlic. It's easy to clean. I like it. This is probably way too much garlic, but I don't think you can go overboard on garlic. All that flavor. If you don't have fresh, obviously, powdered is fine. Sprinkle in the garlic, give the sauce a whisk, and then let it come to a boil. Well, it came to a bubble, and I'm just gonna let it cook for a little bit so that garlic can start. I mean, I feel like that's good enough. I also have a cornstarch slurry, so equal parts cornstarch and water. I'm gonna throw this in. I turned the heat down, and then mix this. This is going to thicken the sauce. This is such a great like weeknight, easy, quick dinner idea because salmon cooks up really fast, and obviously this is like a 4-ingredient sauce and it smells really great. It's going to taste amazing because it always does. Ooh, look how, ouch, fast it came together. If you don't want to make this on your own, oh my gosh, I mean, can you even see the sauce or is it too dark? This is my favorite teriyaki sauce, the very, very teriyaki. I actually wonder, wow, I think I burned myself, like whisking it and it spit on me. Anyway, this may be expired, let's guess. I'm gonna say it's expired last year. Oh my gosh, it's still good. Cool, so maybe I should have used this just to use it up, but homemade always tastes better. But if you're in a pinch, this is a great one. So now you can see it is super thick. I'm gonna pour this over the salmon, but I'm going to reserve, I don't know, like a quarter cup to top it with once it's all cooked. And I'm gonna throw this into the oven. It cooks really fast. It depends on how big your salmon is. I'm probably gonna throw it in for like 15 minutes. I do have a salmon recipe that's like orange marmalade, and it's one of my faves, but it's always good to switch it up every once in a while. Looks good, question mark. I'm gonna throw it in the oven. I've got it at 411 degrees. I need to get my life together and meal plan because I'm trying to look for green onions. It adds so much great flavor and plus a nice pop of color just for presentations, whatever. But I don't have any. I do have parsley. It tastes horrible, but we'll see if it does, if it tricks my eyes. Hey, I needed eggs for the crepes. I brought them out to bring them to room temperature, and I realized that I need more. What do I need? I needed to refill this thing. And so I had eggs in the outside fridge. I think I'm going to make boiled eggs for Easter. Boiled eggs? No, what are they called? Deviled eggs. Is that kind of weird to make for Easter? Anyway, I think I'm going to do it. And I needed to replenish the egg stash that I had. I love that 3-tiered egg thing, egg holder in my fridge. It's amazing. Okay, the salmon, this is it. I just sprinkled a little bit of sesame seeds on it and then parsley. Green onions, really, if you have it. The parsley didn't do anything for it other than add a little bit of color. But this recipe was fantastic. Tasted great. I served it with, we had broccoli and like the quinoa brown rice duo. It comes in a little pouch. Just really convenient, quick and easy if you don't have the time to like, you know, make anything else. But I definitely wanted to do quinoa. It's a little easier, higher on protein if you're looking for that. And it was fantastic. Oh, and then I almost forgot I did this. The sourdough was rising. It was after dinner time. And I thought, okay, let me make some crepes for a little dessert here. These are great to make for breakfast as well. But, sometimes the busy weekday mornings, you don't always have time to do stuff like this. You could make them ahead of time and then store them away. The recipe called for 8 eggs, 1 cup of active sourdough starter, and that's what a nice active sourdough starter looks like. Gloppy and, just that perfection, the perfect consistency. So I grabbed a cup of that. I need to feed that actually right now. And I'm adding it to the egg mixture, and that's it. Well, I say that's it. Hold on. There's another ingredient, 3/4 cup of milk. But that's it in terms of like you don't put flour in it. So fantastic. I kept looking at the recipe a salt. I added a little bit of salt. But I kept looking at the recipe. And butter. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Let me start over here. You need 8 eggs, 1 cup of sourdough starter, 3/4 cup of milk, a little bit of salt, and 3 tablespoons of melted butter. How about that? All right. You get your pen and paper out for that? So whisk it up, and it should be a very nice runny consistency. You want a really thin batter for crepes. Some people put their crepe batter in a blender. You could do that. I just don't think it's necessary. Get a nice whisk and some elbow grease up in there, some muscle power. The kids were using the gummy worm to make ice cubes, and I was surprised it actually worked out. So funny. I am slowly becoming that woman on social media who has, 200 different ice cube trays. If you think I'm joking, I'm not. There is a woman out there doing just that. So if you're interested, just Google it. I'm sure she'll pop up. Pretty fantastic, if you ask me. But also, I could never. Anyway, this crepe maker, I thought, is this crepe mixture too thin? But it was actually perfect. And I added a little bit to it to make it a little thicker. It's a work in progress. I could have added a little bit of flour, a little more sourdough to it to make it slightly thicker. But I found that if you dip it, put it in there and then dip it a couple of times, it makes it a little thicker. And then on the, thinner spots, I just added a little bit more. It wasn't a big deal. Nothing is perfect around here. You just work with what you have. And the way that it cooked it, amazing. It tasted great. Obviously, it had that sourdough taste to it. So if you don't like that, I don't know. I think if you let the sourdough sit a little longer, but once you add the toppings to the crepes, you really don't taste anything. But it is a lot better for your gut health. I'll say that. And this crepe maker, I got it from the thrift store, but it sells on Amazon. I want to say for around, $25, somewhere around there, $30. That's my guess. If you have chef hands like me, you can take them off with your fingertips. But even I had trouble with my fingertips. I was like, dang, that's pretty hot. But I really enjoyed making crepes. I thought this was fantastic. I just added a little bit of whipped cream to the top and strawberries. That's my go-to. I bought some sugar-free whipped cream, but on the recipe that I found this from Lisa from Farmhouse on Boone, she also included a recipe that had crepe filling. So cream cheese and heavy, I don't know what was in it, but I don't make it because I don't really like it. I think it's a little too heavy. It's a little too goopy and custardy for me. Not my thing. But if that's your thing, she's got it for you, and you can follow the recipe to a T. But that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out. Hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. Don't forget to check out Safety First. Link is in the description box below. See you next time. Bye.